when we came to interviewing some of the locals, a number of them came up with songs or poems and things in Sardinian, but almost every single one of them mentioned entu, wind. And so, of course, wind figures quite prominently into the text when you look at it close up. When we were trying to figure out where to put it, the battalion wall was an obvious one, because it's this dirty big wall in the middle of the landscape. We also knew we had to make something of the same scale of this place, that we couldn't do something small, because we really wanted something big. So when you drive in, it's one of the only things that you can see from very far away. It's a very large place, and the students worked really hard they sewed for 2 days, staying up every night till 2 a.m. And so there's this fantastic sort of big guys like Rami, like Shaquille O'Neal, or the Chinese version of Shaq. We had these very big men sewing and talking to people and trying to think about the words, but also making this wall piece. The other thing that happened while we were doing the work is that we kept thinking about the fabric looking like a poster or being quite flat against the wall. Even though it's quite big and quite long, it is really two-dimensional. So you're meant to look at the text and see it juxtaposed to the bigger landscape, but we then kept coming back to the quality of the wall, and that wall doesn't have to be flat. So the second piece, which we have in the fig room, is about how at that one point when you're walking between the buildings, the walk, the hole in the wall, that you peek into the architecture or what's left of the architecture. And we were thinking about how the figs keep coming through the walls because the sites are so protected. And it's quite a nice, warm, non-windy environment in there. And so we wanted to take advantage of that. So the other piece takes advantage of the fact that you can bend and move fabric and it flows. And it sort of floats, hovers over the top of the wall, gets you to look inside the room, smell the fig, and then it comes out the wall, over the windowsill, over the wall, across the path, and leads you to this dirty big hole in the wall out to the sea. And that moment, for most of us, we all stopped, we all took pictures there, but none of us talked about it until we got back. And so when we started talking when we got back, the students said, that place is really special. Originally we wanted to put it at the end of the pier, but it was really, really windy. And we kept saying, but this place is really special. And so in the end of the day, we put the second piece in the fig room. And it's not to draw people in the room, but it's so that they look in and that they notice and maybe see this flowingness of the hill and the landscape behind.